So, long story short, we were out there swimming for a while until I saw the snake, and then I went goodbye. Got out of the water. See, there's all these burnt trees, but I guess the grass just grew up around them. Interesting. I'm gonna pull out some water here because I talked too much, and I'm gonna get a drink. I got Velcro here that doesn't scare my horse. She's pretty much bomb-proof. People say their horses are broke, and they don't know what they're talking about. I got my first pony when I was 18 months old. I'm an only child. My dad was born in 1913, and my mother was 21 years younger than him, so, you know, do the math on that. But I've always had a horse. I've never been without a horse, and all the horses I've had, this one here that I'm riding is the best one I've ever had. She's also the prettiest. I love paints, and I got her cheap because she wasn't broke. She was real funny. You get on her, and she'd just stand there. And I was, you know, kind of kicking and clicking, and she was like, "What do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "Well, go forward." And so I sent her to a horse trainer because as much as I know about horses and everything, I had a full-time job. I'm retired now, but I had a full-time job. I didn't have time to mess with her. And honestly, I didn't really want to mess with her because I didn't know if she was going to throw me or not. And I've been, let's see, thrown, bucked, bit. You know, I've never been kicked though. All the times I've been behind a horse, nobody's ever kicked me, which hopefully that will never happen. But I think it's interesting that I've never been kicked. Over here, I think, is one of the trails I go to. I usually don't go on that road, but I wanted to show you the lake. So I'll follow these dogs. They probably have no idea what they're doing. That'd be my guess. But this way, there used to be a trail that would go to the right, and it would make a circle, and which was just great. Problem is, it's been overgrown. Bolt, stop that. I've been letting her get some bites here and there as time, you know, as our time has gone on. And she's all about those getting a bite of grass, which I don't want her to, but you know, you screw them up, give them an inch, take them all, you know, just like a kid, right? Come on. See, this is another part of it. And get, oh, I think I found the trail. I'll be darned. Oh, this is it. It's grown up a lot, or grown over a lot, or grown out a lot, whatever the deal is. Bolt, stop eating. She's got a round bale of hay at home. Guys, don't think she's starving. She just likes the green grass like all horses do. And there goes Trouble. And there goes Roman. You know, I ride slow because I just like to now. I mean, I'll lope, I'll trot, I'll do whatever you want. But coming out here on the trails and stuff, I just like to get away and hang out. And, oh, there's a plane up there. Probably can't see it. Maybe you can. You see that plane? She's not afraid of planes, helicopters, anything. So anyway, I go out here and walk, and the dogs act like they're dying. You know, I had to take one of the, that one right there, Roman, and sit up under a tree with him for a while. Last time I was there, I thought he was gonna die. And look how slow I'm walking. But he, I think he was just playing me because all of a sudden, as I thought he was dying, he took off after a lizard. There's a lot of lizards out here. You can't see them in the grass, but they're on the dirt paths. And there usually is some dirt up here, but we'll see because there's usually dirt right here and I don't see anything. Yeah, what you doing? So, oh, anyway, what I was saying about having a horse since I was 18 months old, well, I had a pony. Her name was Lady. She was black. And why does she have to be black? Well, because she was black, like Roman's black. I get so crazy. People are just, they wear me out. Anyway, So I had Lady, and then I had Comanche, and the list goes on. But like I said, this is the best horse I've ever had. But I've learned a lot about horses over my lifetime, and there's a lot of stuff out there that's complete garbage. And I see these young girls riding that, you know, are riding. And I used to barrel race a lot. I wasn't very good at it. In fact, probably terrible at it. Too afraid to go that fast at my age. I got hurt real bad when I was 48. I'm 55 now, if I didn't mention that. When I was 48, and broke my hand, and, you know, I said, all right, that's enough of that. Not on this horse, on another horse that I got rid of because it's nuts. His name was JC, and people would ask me what that means, and I said, just crazy. I made it up. JC means just crazy because I didn't know what his name was except for JC. I think his name was Jackson something. But yeah, he was bad. He was just overworked and overridden and everything. But what I noticed about a lot of the young girls is that they're posting in a saddle. And if you don't know what posting is, it's like, you know, you take your butt out of the saddle and sit your butt down. And English riders post. Western riders are not supposed to post. And I can hear girls right now going, yes, they are. No, 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 no. No, they're not. You know why you post? Because you can't keep your ass in the saddle. You're not supposed to bounce out of the saddle. And a good horse trainer will agree, okay? You only post if you're, you know, hunter, jumper, or whatever, English riding, whatever type of English riding you may be doing. So that's one of the things that kills me, and especially people that have such an ego. Whew, I know a couple. They're like, you know, they know everything. You can't tell them anything, and I just don't bother because, you know, why should I? I don't make my living off, you know, giving people riding lessons or teaching them horse behavior or anything like that. So I just go, oh, that's nice. I hope that works out for you. Yep. You know, so that's one thing. Other thing I find in Texas is people put shoes on their horse, especially in the barrel racing industry. And they got shoes, they got special shoes. I won't say anybody's, you know, name of what these shoes are called. It's a brand. It doesn't work. You know, it's like my dad used to say, you know, either your horse has got it or your horse doesn't got it. You know, or you got it or you ain't. Whatever. If your horse has it, it'll fly around the barrels with no shoes. If it does not have it, your horse will not fly around the barrels, and I don't care if you put wings on its feet. It just won't do it. Okay? Anyway, there's a couple other things like, okay, as far as putting shoes on your horse's feet. All right. Let's say your horse has been out, hasn't been ridden for a while, okay? During the rainy season or the, you know, heat season, but normally the rainy season, okay, when they get thrushed. And by the way, don't get that Thrush X or whatever that crap is. I think it's Thrush X. There's a bunch of stuff. You know what you do? You got to take bleach. And it can be any bleach. It doesn't have to be Clorox bleach. But you take bleach, you clean your horse's foot out, pour it on there, done. Thrush is gone, okay? It just fucking dried up. It did everything. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say the F word. It dried up, it's gone. That's all you need to do. And if it's standing in mud for a while, you probably need to do it on the outside and on the inside, but don't get it on there, you know, pastern or, you know, anything that's not the hoof, because it will burn. If you've ever been, you know, doused in bleach, you probably know, or got it on your hands, and it's slimy and it burns, and it's hard to wash off. So anyway, that's one thing. Another thing that these younger girls think is they have to have, it's just everything. They have to have a certain boot, and they have to have a certain dress, and they have to have a certain, you know, everything. Oh, I just saw a wild turkey. You guys see the wild turkeys? Look at there. There goes the dogs. It's okay, Bolt. They're just turkeys. Don't matter. There's deer out here. There's all kinds of things that'll jump out at you. And it doesn't scare Bolt, but sometimes it scares me to death. I almost fall off because I'm looking at it. So I'm not worried about the dogs. They'll come back. So anyway, and one of the things is their bridles. God forbid you don't have the right bridle. Okay, and you don't have a lifter bit, or you don't have a, you know, what am I trying to say? Some kind of, okay, Bolt doesn't like the water. We're going to see how this goes. Yep, she's like, nope, scared, nope, scared. Don't run me into the tree, dum-dum. As I said, oh yeah, bridle. They got to have these fancy headstalls and fancy bits. And they go, oh, well, it's just a snaffle bit. Okay. That bit bends in their mouth, hurts the roof of their mouth. You think that's an easy bit? It's not an easy bit. I might show you her bit. It just is kind of like a, it's just kind of round. And they call it a lifter bit, which anytime you raise a horse's head, it lifts their head. That'd be a lifter bit, right? No, it's got to be this, it's got to be that. No. And I'm really kind of still talking about barrel racing because I've seen so many phonies out there. I might have been one of them, I don't know. Or not posers. Posers wouldn't be the right word. People that think they know what they're doing. Excuse me. People that think they know what they're doing and they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. It cracks me up. I'm like, okay. You know, if you're holding your reins up like this, the horse can feel that, okay? Put your hand down. If you're running, put your hand down in front, okay? Because you don't want any tension on the horse's mouth. And people will argue with me, and the best way I can explain it is a horse can feel a fly. If you have a horse get on your horse's withers, you know, this bone at the end of their neck, they'll start twitching, trying to get that fly off. Okay, well, if you think that the horse doesn't feel that bit in its mouth when you pull up just a tad, then guess what? You're wrong. And it's nothing I made up. It's just the lay of the land, you know. I mean, it's just how it is. I didn't make it up. If you talk to reputable horse trainers, they'll tell you that. They'll tell you a lot of things. And am I saying I'm a reputable horse trainer? No, but I've been through the mills, so there's quite a bit I know. But I wouldn't take people's money to train horses. I might give them riding lessons on their own horse because I've seen so much damage done to horses because they don't know what they're doing. And so what that means is they're running and they're pulling back, and they're running and they're pulling back. I saw a guy at the arena one day. I thought I was going to throw up. He had this poor horse, and he was pulling on it, and the horse kept bucking him off. Okay. Well, the horse bucked him off because the guy wouldn't stop running. Horses are looking for the next place they can rest. I mean, aren't you? You think about it. You know, you're running 90-0 in a marathon, and you're like, oh God, you know, just a half a mile more and I'll be able to rest. You're looking forward to resting, you know. Nobody wants to come home and start doing laundry and cooking, even though we do as women. You know, you don't want to do that. You want to rest. People like to rest. Horses like to rest. Dogs like to lie around and rest. That's their reward. You can't feed them every time they do something good. That's not logical. It's not reasonable. But you could let them rest, you know. Now, Bolt doesn't need to rest right now because we're just walking at a cool, slow walk. Now, if I'd been loping her or whatever, you know, I'd stop and rest her. And depending on the activity you're doing is how long they get to rest. You know, 30 seconds, a minute, you know. That's all they want. That's all they want is, you know, to get some special care. I also saw a girl. Oh boy, where's she? I didn't know this girl. If I did, I wouldn't say her name, but I honestly didn't know this girl. And she had this horse that would not get in the trailer. I mean, it's just flat not getting in the trailer. Now, Bolt, all you have to do is open the trailer door and say, get in. And she'll just get in. And you go, well, my horse won't do that. What's wrong with my horse? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with your horse. It's you. You know, I'm sorry about that, but that's the truth. And the problem is, usually the problem is, there's lots of problems, but usually the problem is that you drive too fast and you don't take corners slow enough. So the horse is bouncing around in there and you're just like tra-la-la, listening to the radio or texting and hitting the brake and, you know, all that good stuff. And your horse is back there getting slammed around. Oh, well, no, I tie my horse up. Oh, okay, you tie him in the trailer. Okay, that's worse. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the horse can't get its footing. I was behind a guy one day and it was raining. This idiot, he had two horses. One was a Palomino. I don't remember the other one, but the reason I remember the Palomino is because it was tied up and its feet were wet and, you know, hooves were wet, obviously, because I saw him pull out and he obviously just pulled out from his house. At least that's my guess. Well, he goes to get on the freeway and the horse slips and falls. Well, the horse is scrambling, you know, just for its life, and he's got him tied up so tight. It's, you know, the rope is so short that, you know, the horse can't get up. It can't get its head down to get up. You know, it needs some leverage to get up. And so I pull over and I go, your horse is falling down. It can't get up. He looks at me like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, because I'm driving a Nissan Sentra, you know. I guess I don't have a truck and a trailer behind me that day. I was on my way to work. And, you know, finally he pulled over. I don't know what happened. I kept going, but at least he went to check it out. Because I kept putting my thumb down like, your horse fell down, your horse fell down. So, you know, women don't know anything. Guys know everything. If you don't believe me, ask them. Especially things like about horses. You know, when, from what I've seen in my life, more women have horses than men. But, you know, they know quite a bit of everything. So, you know, what can you do? Can't kill them. Can't divorce them. Oh, yes, you can. Yeah, I've been divorced several times. My bad. Anyway, that's another bad story. So let's see. Also, I sold a horse to a guy. Man, this really upsets me. I sold a horse to a guy, and the horse, there was nothing wrong with the